Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another week of Grumpy's Coffee Shop.
Coffee shop.
Yeah. So, how you doing, Art?
I'm doing pretty good. Feel got the shoulder feeling good. Took a bunch of aspirin today and feeling good. Yep.
Yeah, if they
Uh,
want to get rid of Art now, just punch him in the nose.
yep.
He'll
That's
bleed to
right.
death.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All them aspirin. There we go. There's
Yeah.
Dominic Art.
Yeah, finally here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, and Bill, how are you doing today?
Wow, do you seem loud? Is that me? I can turn my
Yeah.
speaker.
No,
He is a tad bit.
You seem loud, man. I'm doing good. How about you?
how about now? Is this better?
I'm okay. You know,
Is that
I'm off
better?
tomorrow, so that makes
That's
me
better.
make.
Much better.
Okay.
All right, it was fine.
Rock tomorrow, so
So that makes me happy.
of course.
Yesterday, my day off, I put concrete pads down.
Oh. Okay.
Well, see what I've done in the past, alongside the north end of the house where my trash cans are, and the trash, again, sandy loam, cans are there, grass doesn't grow, can sink into So I put in a pad. I made a pad, but I used
a mini pad.
squares. I used the squares. I didn't actually pour. I should pour, but let's do this. And I put down, the that fabric,
the
to
best queen or
keep
whatever.
the grass from keeping, and then I did that, and it's been working great. So I thought, now my scooter is in the front of the house, really belongs in the back underneath my pop up. I have next to one of my sheds, I have one of those 10 by 10 pop up.
Right.
Sit it under there, keep it out of direct sunlight and rain, and with a cover maybe even. But anyway, I was keeping it in the front of the house because that's a pain in the ass. You got to get it out of the yard. The yard's got a fence, so I got dogs, so you got to,
Yeah.
start it up, take it to the fence, turn it off,
Yep. Yeah.
open the gate, start it back up, ride it a little bit out, close the gate, start it back up. It's just a big pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
So it's not huge; it's just a pain. You know what I mean? I'd rather just have it in a spot where I could jump and go.
Jump and go. Yeah.
Jump.
Like you would any of your other vehicles.
Right. Well, the Harley's a problem because my wife's car is always in the way. So
Oh, yeah.
anyway, because it's in the garage, and to get it out, I had to get my wife's car to the driveway.
Yeah.
But anyway, and the way she has her seat set up, it might not be too hard to imagine. I can't get in the car.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
understand that, yeah.
My folks have the same problem with my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't get in, and then I don't like it because then she's gonna have to fix it and get it back to whatever makes her happy. And whatever, just so because I wanted to move the car out of the way, So instead, I just don't ride it. But that doesn't matter because the scooter's still kind of new for me, so I'm still having fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Took it for a nice little ride yesterday because it was beautiful out. It was in the 70s and it just felt great and ran perfect. And I like to run little errands if I can with that, but I couldn't run my errand yesterday really because I went and got 300 and something pounds of concrete blocks, or beds, to put, because what I did was I extended that from where the cans are to the end of the house, another 6 feet, because there's a couple feet, so it makes about 8 feet.
Right.
I parked the scooter on the side of the house, and I could just back it in, boom, done.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's close enough that I got it on the trickle charger, and anyway, that was my project, and I'm surprised I'm not sore as hell today.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like much to you young folks.
No, it did sound, well, yeah, maybe not to the young people, but it sounds like a lot of damn work to me.
Yeah.
Because you gotta rake,
Yeah,
you gotta rake
boy,
it,
I'm
make it
tired
level. It's got to be level, or it's just all over. It looks terrible. Actually, you roll the bike up on it, and the things move. So you got to make it level and make it flat. Got it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alexis, so thank you for joining tonight. Everybody asked about you, so
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
so
And hello to everyone. I don't think I can type back. I don't think that's I don't know.
Not if you're just using the standard chat. But
You got to
not
go
if-
outside into YouTube.
you have to go onto the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, hello everybody in the chat. So that was suffice.
Yeah. Hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
All right. And Dominic, how are you doing today?
Wet.
Bit early for you, isn't it? A little early.
No,
in the
it's 1
day?
hour late. You're 1 hour later now
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
because you went backwards, so that pushed me forward.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So
And
well, now you
it's
don't have an excuse for being here, not being here.
Yeah, now, this week and today, it's the first Tuesday in November, and we have a horse race called the Melbourne Cup, and we have a public holiday for a race.
That's right. You guys celebrate, so it's racing day today, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's-
And it's wet out there.
But you're
Raining.
wet. You're wet though. You're wet.
Oh, not me personally, but
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
checking. I did. Well, it depends.
yeah, Bill knows a lot about that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm dry at the
Right.
no, it's just
Well-
been raining for the last couple of days. 2 days ago, we had 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's in the low 60s for the last 2.
Oh, that's a hell of a drop. Yeah, sort.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we went from the 80s down into the 50s. So yeah, it was a little bit
Yeah.
like that. A little chilly this weekend. So
Right
and
now.
Charles,
Hi, Charles.
how are you, Charles?
Lloyd, Art, Alexis, Bill, and Dominic, and everybody else in the chat.
Hey, Charles.
So, Bill, what's the weather like there in Florida?
I was just going to blurt that out without being asked. So I'm glad you asked, because I'm looking down there in the corner of my TV screen, like my monitor, whatever, and it says 71 degrees and clear right now.
Oh, nice.
It's
Right.
just
Must be
gorgeous.
nice.
And that's at 8 o'clock at night. So, I mean, it tells you it was in the probably high 70s today.
Yeah.
Clear. Same thing as yesterday. Well, actually, yesterday made it into the low 80s, but still, that's beautiful. 3 days in a row with no rain. I'm just so excited. And it's not supposed to rain the rest of the week.
Well, it's currently 60 degrees here in Oklahoma at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that reminds me, I need to bring up the chat so I can say hello to all the fine folks in.
I'm
Weird.
closer to that there equator, as they say.
Yeah, you are a little bit. So let me go up here. Somebody said I cheated when I typed it on Facebook. So, anyways, I typed in who's first in the chat because that was me when I set this up yesterday or day before. But anyways, and Grant called me a cheat for that. But anyway, so Grant was actually first, not counting me. And then we got Jody, and we got Captain Joe, we got Mudball Don, and we got Giggles FPV.
That'd be TJ.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, Jody is drone shots. At least we have Alexis, and she's with us. So,
Yeah.
and we got Brian, Waypoint, New England, and we got Brenda, Sunstar,
Sunstar.
and Cool Cat, Michael. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, who else have we got?
Charles Gillespie.
Charles, yeah. Charles was in the chat too. FTFO Media.
Nick.
Yep, that's Nick.
Nick, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, who else have we got? Because it jumped up because I looked up there a few minutes ago, just a second ago before I started reading, and it said 7, and now we're up to 11. So,
Uh-huh.
good. So,
By the way, it's 48 degrees here.
48. Wow.
Fifty.
You want to live on top of the world there in Colorado. That's what you get there, homie.
Yeah.
69.
In Corpus.
Yep.
The high was only 70. Ooh.
No,
Yeah.
our high was 79.
Oh, I'm not reading it right then. Oh, yeah. 79.
TJ, yes.
Nice day.
Yes, this weekend the wind really was sweeping down the plain. It was like blowing the hell out of the place around here. We had like,
Well, what kind of plane was it?
I don't know, just
He spelled it Plane, so I'm just
I
curious.
know. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was like a Sopwith Camel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a plane.
And look at
Yeah.
that. No rain.
Yeah.
were
I hadn't
eight-
looked at my weekly
that too?
forecast.
We're in a drought stage 3. We haven't had rain forever.
Oh,
You can have some of ours. It rained like every day for like 6
Yeah,
weeks.
I know. I saw that. It was.
Yeah,
We've had
we
like 3 inches of rain.
You kept getting pounded.
Yeah. Well, and even when we didn't, we just got some. Like it was like there was some rain pretty close to every day for I'd say a couple months.
we got like 2 inches within 14 hours
Mm.
here one day. I mean, it was just
Yep.
it was pouring down, and it was cold on top of it, just miserable. So
Don had a freeze
we
already.
froze the other night.
Yep.
All the plants are in the compost. Yeah, we had a freeze a couple nights ago too. Yeah, I had to bump the heater up in the house. It's just like I couldn't get warm. I think it was Friday night or Saturday. I couldn't get warm all day Saturday. And but yeah. So anyway, so I am busy 3D printing right now.
Good.
I get filament, and sometimes anybody 3D prints or anybody who even knows about, you get down to the end and you don't. I tend to not like to let the spool just run out if I can keep from it, but I also don't like to. So I'll let it get down as low as I can. But then before I start another one, I'll change out the spool. So I get all these, little segments of different, I got all these almost empty spools stacked up. So there's this thing, it's Sunlu, who is one of the filament companies, and I use a lot of their stuff. I like their filament, and it's usually on sale. So that's the other reason I like it. So they have this, it's a filament connector, and it basically, you take the two sides and you can, you put them close together. You put this little sleeve on it. You set it in there. You push the thing down. It heats it up. It beeps, because it raises it up to like 185
Right.
Celsius, I think. It gets pretty hot. Yeah, it gets pretty damn hot. Maybe that's Fahrenheit. Hell, I don't know. It's not Fahrenheit. 185 degrees would be way too. It's got to be Celsius.
Yeah.
185 is pretty fucking hot. What are you talking about?
Yeah, 185 Celsius. It is, but that's your
185 Celsius. Come on now. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's
Let Bill do the conversion.
Yeah, let's say 185 Celsius. C equals
365 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Okay.
Dominic, you
You're
froze
baking a cake.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what the temperature is, because I run. What do I do? My
Maybe it is Celsius. I don't know. Maybe it gets that hot. It just seems like it would just.
Well, because but when you melt, it does. It melts the stuff. Because I run my temperatures for when I'm
185 Fahrenheit is 85 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure you're right, actually, Lloyd. What the fuck do I know? Don't listen to me.
Well, yeah, because
don't you know better?
I generally print at about 205 to 215 is my melting temp for that. So 185, I think's right. Anyway, you put a little sleeve on there, you put it together, you set it in there, you push the thing down, it locks it in place.
Right.
Yada yada yada. Then it beeps and tells you. You pop the thing open and you pick it up and you hold it together until the son of a bitch gets cool. Because if you move it a little bit, it all breaks. So you're sitting there and you're starting over, and you can't just stick it in there. It's supposed to lock into place. You put it in there, and then you have to use your thumb to push it down at the same time because you're holding all this in place. Well, that damn plate gets a little warm, like I said, 185 degrees Celsius. Yeah, and so
they got gloves.
Right now, I am printing a helping hand to this. Basically, I set the thing into this, and then I'll put my filaments in there, lock them in place, and then push them forward into the sleeve, push it down, and then when it's done, I just pick the whole damn cage up and hold it there until it finishes cooling off, and it doesn't move it, and so
And
it took me a while.
spool.
Yeah, and then you have to wind it back up onto the spools, which I'm printing a spool rewinder now, but it's really really big. And then I remembered, because I have the AMC light, which has spools here, spools there. They make a little handle that you can just lock into place there and just put an empty spool on one side of it, just sit there and crank it. I don't have to, and it takes the print that I'm printing for the big thing, reel to reel, is it's going to be like 19 hours worth of printing, and I'm impatient.
Oh boy.
I'm on plate 2 and I've got like 10 hours into it already. And there's 5 plates. So I then I discovered this other thing. These handles, it takes an hour to print that setup. You just put it in there, lock it in there, and run your filament into an empty spool on the other side, and then just crank it. It doesn't have to go through the MS. It just has to go from one side to the other. So
no idea what you're talking about.
I know you have no clue. Who?
Huh?
Huh?
Who just joined?
Oh, I share the screen. This is the costume that won me Red Robins.
Yeah. In case you really didn't know, he hadn't said it yet, but he will now.
They still exist. Red
Yeah,
Robin.
We saw that Saturday
It's
night.
Chef
Art.
Boy RD here to make some spooky Halloween treats. Ha 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 ha!
Alrighty.
Why'd you say RD instead of RT?
Yeah, that's what it says on my hat.
Yeah, but you said RD instead of RT. You did.
You
Play it
did?
again.
Well, it's too late. What happened?
He closed it down.
Not only that, he closed himself down. Where the hell did he go?
Shut it all off. Fuck you, Bill. Come out of here.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. Come on, he said Chef Boyardee. Didn't you hear it?
That's what I thought he said, but
yeah. Fix it, Artie. He's fixing it now. That's where he went.
Yeah.
Put all that makeup on.
Actually, he probably went there to take that off the screen, and he knocked himself out too.
Well, obviously. Yeah. He doesn't listen to anything I say. Neither should anyone else, for that matter.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, I forgot. I printed like 210 most of the time. So
yeah. I mean, it's a slick thing, but it's a pain in the ass to use. It works once you figure out how to do it. And I thought this is just going to make it so much easier, because you clip your two different. The problem is if I would just had 2 straight pieces and would put them in there.
There we go. Something bumped me out. I don't know what happened.
It must have been you, because when you did you unshare your
Yes, I did.
Thing?
Or did you close it?
Or did you just close it?
I might have, but it was like I was all by myself, and I'm like, "Oh, what the heck happened here?"
Oh, but so this was still running. That's interesting, because that's what I do a lot. Instead of unsharing, I just close whatever it is I'm sharing. It's quicker,
right?
And maybe possibly, I don't know. Maybe you can't do that with this outfit. Maybe you got to click the stop sharing first.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, but where the hell is it thing?
Yeah, 25 buckaroos. Red Robin. Yum.
But,
oh, yeah. I forgot the yum part. Yum at the end. Yeah. They make a hamburger. The hamburger and the little.
They do.
The little paper thing and it sticks out like a bag of fries.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I remember years and years in Pennsylvania.
I haven't been to one in years. So
I didn't know they were still around, to be honest with you. I don't think they're in Florida. Or maybe they are. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
What were you saying?
Well, I was let's see.
Yeah. I'm going to show you your fuzz buster you got there.
Yeah. No, I was. What the hell is wrong with? Anyways, I can't enlarge my own picture. So,
That's what she said.
yeah, I
Not
don't know.
Yeah.
You.
Anyways, this is the, well, I'm going to unplug it, but this is the device. I mean, it's, when you order them, it looks really big. When you get it, that's all the, that's all the bigger it is. And the idea is you open this up and you've got to put that right there. Oh shit, it's hot. Apparently I was heating it up. But anyways, you got to put it right there.
Right
And
there.
then you got to snap that down. You got to wait. And then you got to, when it beeps, you pull it back up. Well, the problem is you don't have a lot of space here to line up your filament. And filament tends to be curved rather than straight. So
Right.
as a result, if you're working with two different spools that are already round, well, they tend to want to go every which way. So
Right.
that's why I'm printing off the helping hands, which will hold that straight. So then I can line it up and put it all in there. And then I'll just pick the whole bracket up after I'm through with it, because it surrounds that, it surrounds that,
Right.
that cooker there, whatever the hell it is, that joiner.
Slicer.
And yeah, and then you can just take it off. And it's, the idea is that the ones I've seen, the guys I've seen use it works. So,
Cool. Good.
but yeah,
good.
I thought I was ordering something really big, and when that damn thing came in, I thought, oh hell, they forgot to deliver part of my package, and I opened it up, and that was it. So, is Bill froze, or he's just concentrating?
Nothing. I for a second there, it looked like we had a Red Robin in Port St. Lucie. Well, we don't. There is a Red Robin in Florida. It's in West Palm Beach.
Oh,
So I'll have to remember that next time I'm down there. And then, but they'd also showed there's Dave and Buster's. I didn't even know we had a Dave and Buster's here in Port St. Lucie.
really?
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. So it's on Gatlin. That's way on the other side of town, probably close to where Artie stayed when he was down here. Because he couldn't stay in my side, within 40 minutes of my house. You were way down the other end.
Yeah, he stayed at the cheap hotel.
Yeah.
Huh?
It was Holiday Inn Express, I think.
Where you stayed? No, you stayed. No.
No, what was that?
No, I don't know. I don't remember, but it wasn't a Holiday Inn.
That was years ago.
It's like
And
2
Bill,
years
you
ago.
froze up.
How many times you been to Florida in the last 2 years? 23,
3
20.
times.
I didn't have to stay there. You did.
Yeah.
That's all the way. It was. I'll find out. I'll figure it out. Southeast. But it's all the way down. I mean, it was literally a 35-minute drive, and it's in Port St. Lucie. But it's in
At the other end. Yeah.
Yeah,
more
it's
than
out
just
by the
that.
highway.
Other side of the highway, way the hell over.
Way.
It's closer to what's called Tradition, which is a nice area, actually.
No.
It's not like it's a bad. It was not. I didn't say it was a bad place. Nice place. Southeast. Hold on. I want to see where this. I want to see where this David and Buster's is. I might want to go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We get advertisements for Red Robin, so I assume there's one in Tulsa. But I haven't been to a Red Robin in years. Well, I've lived here for
40 years.
Almost 45 years.
Well, see, I was close.
Almost 45 years, yeah. And yeah, because I moved here in 81. So yeah.
Oh, it's right there. It was pretty close to where you stayed, Art. Yeah, it's you know where 95 is right there.
Yep.
But you remember your hotel was right by 94. You got on 95.
Right.
Yeah, it's like right there by 95, Gatlin and 95. But you were South Village Parkway. I don't know if you remember any of that. Just it's definitely close to where you. So stay there again when you come down. You're going to go have some Dave and Buster's.
There you go.
Yeah. The fuck hotel was it? Now they're not showing me businesses. Come on, show me businesses. Okay, I'll figure it out. I forget, but it was far. It was far.
Oh, shoot. I got the yawns already.
Hey,
This time change got me screwed up.
yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably the reason I'm yawning is because my body says it's 8:30 instead of 7:30. So
Right. Yeah.
I started watching the John Wick series again. I don't know. I got a 3 or 4 clips on YouTube that kept popping up about John Wick. And I thought, well, what the hell?
There.
So I thought, well, so I watched the first. I watched the first one,
Oh,
and
good.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I started.
now
Yeah,
I'm getting the yawns.
everybody's gonna start yawning, except Bill because his picture is frozen because he's
Yep.
outside.
He looks
Oh,
like
I'm sure I'm frozen now because I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing something else.
But that's okay. You look very serious and stern. Like we can tell you're looking at something. So
I think you stayed at the True by Hilton when you were in town. Actually.
Right.
That's what it was. Found it.
Found
Yeah.
it.
It's a nice place. Nothing wrong with it. Just way the fuck over there. It's a long drive. Yeah.
I thought, didn't you rent a vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you sure did.
Cheap. Yeah.
What was it, Art?
Yeah, it was a Jeep that I could only get in once. And I had to have a lot of help getting back in.
I swear to God, this thing had a lift kit on it. It was way up. I mean,
Oh, I know.
I would have to climb into
Why
it.
in the hell would they could just look at him and say, "This guy can't ride
I
in this."
couldn't
What
believe
the
it
hell?
when I saw this car. I practically had to put him in it. I had to get a crane because he's not as
Yeah.
light. He's heavier than he looks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? It ran good. You didn't
Yeah.
want to drive it, so you didn't spend any money on gas.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Oh, boy. Did do a lot of walking because there was a lot of, water around there where I could do some fishing.
Where you stayed? Yeah, where you stayed by the hotel. Yeah, that was kind of cool. You had like a little pond there,
Yep.
and
Cool.
you were right behind the hotel, and you were
Yeah,
fishing.
and then I found out, it said no fishing. After
Yeah,
I
it was on the
did-
sign that you probably sitting 5 feet away from, but
Yeah.
say
Then
you're
there was,
sorry. Don't. It's better to say you're sorry rather than ask permission.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a little ditch out behind the hotel and tried to fish there, and all it was a bunch of mosquito fish about 2 inches long. I go, oh, okay.
No fishing. You could tell him. You say that sign's too high for me.
Yeah,
And, just
You need
claim
to
the
put that down lower,
disabilities.
Yeah.
The Disabilities Act, whatever the hell it is. That should be that's too high for
yeah, there you go.
like me. That's all. And then see if they give you a ticket.
Well, or
They
you
won't.
could say, "Hey, that sign's for people taller than me because it's not at my eye level, so I
Yeah,
can't see
there
it."
you go.
Pretty much what I was saying.
Do you have a height limit on how short you got to be before you can start fishing? 'Cause I
Yeah.
should qualify. Yeah.
Well, I have that problem at the
Yeah,
amusement parks.
was
I
there
was gonna say,
Called the rides.
was there
Yeah.
fish in that pond? Artie? Not
Yeah,
the
there were some nice sized bass in there, and they just
you know
weren't.
why? Because
Yeah.
you're not allowed to fish there.
Yeah, I was. You know what? I kept my eye out, and I'm like, going, well, it is Florida, and I better keep an eye for alligators because they did have those signs. I did see. Beware of alligators and snakes.
Yeah, that's because you were
Funny how you
looking for
noticed
those
that.
signs.
Huh?
He was ignoring the no fishing sign because he'll fish anywhere. Obviously,
Yeah, they were
if he'll
too
fish in a
hot.
damn ditch, he'll fish anywhere. So
Yeah.
All right, here's the key to that whole thing. Those signs are on every body of water in Florida. I mean, if there's water, there's a very good possibility there's an alligator in it.
Yeah.
That's it. And whether there is or not, they may have never seen one there before, but they gotta cover their bases with their insurance and say, "Yep,
Right.
beware of alligators." Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if there isn't one for 20 miles, but
Yeah.
because it is their habitat and it could be there.
Yep,
You know,
that's
they
true.
got them at the Elks, the water behind the Elks. I did that video. I showed a little video there with my bike when I flew.
Right.
Flew
Right.
and that's just that's a drainage pond that's been expanded, and it's a nice little pond, and you can fish there, by the way. And it wraps around with a canal and this and that, and those signs are all over the place. Never seen one. In fact, I've seen ducks just swimming through it. You know what I mean? There was no indication, but you got to do that because insurance reasons, whatever.
Yeah.
So one decides to show up one day because they do that. They somehow do. They make their way down the canals and they somehow do that.
Oh,
and, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just thinking about alligators. I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny if you said any body of water? Wouldn't it be funny if they showed up at the pool there at the hotel the next
Yeah.
at the next South Florida Drone meetup? Yeah, I bet there's some old guys that learn how to run really fast.
Yep.
They won't go in that water. They're fresh water. That's brackish water there, so not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I've lived here since December 06. How long is that?
Right.
Never seen one. Never seen one. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. We went to some amusement park or some park, not amusement park, but some theme park, and they had alligators. You know what I mean? And then you may as well go to the zoo.
Yeah.
You know. And then one time I did one of those airboat rides on East Lake Tahapakaliga.
Ooh, say that real fast.
Also known as East Lake Toho, because people are lazy. Toho, just cut it off.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we went on an airboat ride, and we didn't see anything bigger than maybe 3.5, 4 feet, which means they grow about a foot a year. By the way, these things.
Yeah.
So it was like a 4-year-old, 3-year-old alligator, whatever. Baby, it's just a baby. They live a long time. So really, it's not like people. It makes it sound like. I mean, you got to not be stupid, but they're not like all over the place. You know what I mean? You're not stepping over them.
Yeah.
You see these videos online where there's one knocking at the door. Literally, you ever see that? The guy opens the door. There's a freaking alligator there, and that actually happened. But that just there's 20-something million people of us living here. It's not a common occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know. So
I wonder.
Don't be scared.
I'm wondering now how many of these new YouTube videos that are coming out about alligators or bears or whatever coming to the house or trying to get in there. I wonder how many of those are going to be AI generated.
Oh, there'll be plenty.
Yeah, because I actually watched a video yesterday, and it went through, and it was like, I can't remember what it was. It was like a last minute rescue. The dogs pushed the people out of the way just in time to keep from getting hit by a car or have a crane fall on them or something, a piano fall. And these dogs seem to know. At the end of it, they said, and every one of these rescues was AI generated. There's none of them are real.
Wow.
Well, at least they're honest enough to admit that.
Their whole point was to prove that, hey, not all of this stuff you're seeing is.
What are they proving? You're a sucker? What the hell, man?
Yeah.
That fake shit in there. Yeah, that's what it bothers me about AI, because they could make it seem like Artie's a real person or something.
Yeah.
I know. They can make him. They could make him 6 foot tall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I could be a center for the Nuggets.
I mean, I guess with AI, no, that's too politic. I was gonna get into the whole transgender thing, and how they could be whoever and whatever they want through AI.
Yeah,
without having to go into the knife or the drugs or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and they used to do that in gaming all the time.
And still do.
They still do. Yeah.
What do you mean used to?
Yeah. Justin comes to mind. Yeah.
No. There's plenty of those avatar sites where you go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're Rick Danger at a club in Waikiki or something, and you're hooking up with these gorgeous chickies, and it's a 42-year-old 470-pound guy eating Oreo cookies and beer.
That video that I just showed you, that was just a picture that I used AI to make me talk. I did the dialogue. I recorded that.
Oh yeah.
And I used AI to insert that in.
That was cool. I thought it was you. I thought it was you.
I did too.
You know, I looked at it for a minute and I thought that he looks kind of better than usual there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not lying to you. I looked and said, Art looks kind of good here. I swear to God, I thought that. I'm not saying it because of what you just told me, because I forgot I thought that because you disappeared right after that. I would have said something. Like, you look pretty good there with your makeup, Art, because your jaw was nice and straight. Right, Charles? Did you notice? Charles is agreeing. I can see. He looked pretty good. He looked tall.
Yeah. Charles nodded his head, so he must agree.
I thought he was agreeing. Okay. All right. Okay. Relax. Okay.
Fairy treats.
It was cool. And you did say RD. RD. You didn't say RT. You didn't say RT. You said RD.
Yeah, okay.
You did. Copyright.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got over 800 views on that one.
Well, you're doing good with it. I haven't even touched AI for any of this at all, and I keep thinking I want to, but I'm so lazy. And you've actually put some work into it, and you're getting pretty good at it. I think.
Yep.
Seems like it.
Well, I just got on Galaxy AI, and it's got like 3,000 tools that you could use.
Oh,
and I've been using ChatGPT 5 right now, and that's
a lot of tools.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you a long time to use 3,000 tools. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I can barely deal with the 9 tools that show up on my stream every you know.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
What do you do with 3,000 tools?
Oh, I don't know. I just need one tool, baby.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it doesn't even. Does the tool work? I mean, is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
His batteries are running low.
3 times a night after I go to bed, I get to visit with my tool. Ian. That's attractive. All right, I'm just going to ask you this, please. Don't ever mute your mic when you're blowing your nose, because we really enjoyed that sound. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, I forgot to do that.
No, it was nice of you to put your head over here and then point your nostrils right at the microphone. That was good.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got to mute your mic there, Art.
Yeah.
I meant to tell you that Saturday. I forgot.
Are you okay? You got a cold?
I don't know. I don't feel bad. I think it's allergies again.
I'm sorry? You think it's what?
Allergies. Because every time we go into fall and the furnace kicks in and blows dust all over the place.
Right. Dust and pollen. It's not just dust. It's pollen. It's all kinds of shit.
But this time of year, it's ragweed. It's real bad.
Cat dander. Cats are evil. Whatever dander.
They are.
There's all kinds of little.
Oh, well.
That's why more people are allergic to cats than because their dander is so fine.
Right.
Yeah. The finer the dander, the more likely it's going to irritate someone's. Am I right, Alexis? Thank you. Because sometimes I think I know something and it's wrong. Yeah. But I remember that cat dander is really fine. And I'm sorry. Please continue. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's what Jeff did for a living. Allergy, asthma, dermatology.
Well, being a lifelong asthmatic, I've looked into it a little bit, and
I thought you were spasmatic.
But I forget shit, and I get stuff twisted. What?
Dominic caught that.
I heard you. Sure. But that's why so many people are allergic to cats and not necessarily other animals. And some dogs have finer dander than other dogs. The Shih Tzus have kind of a fine dander. They're considered hypoallergenic to a point because they don't shed. So they're shedding is a way to help transfer the dander. I imagine. I'm just guessing. And they really don't shed. And their fur but it's really fine. And I realized I haven't been hugging my dogs enough because I started to lose my tolerance to them a little bit. Because I shaved, before I took Bella to the vet with the back problem, and and because she's not feeling good, she's
Right.
pushing her
Pulled
head
up
up,
next to you. Yeah.
yeah, like a baby, like rubbing up against my neck, and
Right.
I have to make her feel, Anyway, by the time I got to the doctor, I looked like pizza with the cheese that fell off. It was so bumped up
Oh,
and
wow.
red. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, I haven't had an allergic reaction to a dog like that in 30 years,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's easy enough to get rid of. That's contact, you just wash. In a little while, it goes away. But it was just a reminder. And it was also because I just shaved, which kind of made, I think.
Probably a combination of both. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just
Ranger,
I'm sorry.
my Great Pyrenees, he doesn't shed. He changes a complete coat about twice a day.
Wow, man, you can stuff furniture.
Yeah. There's actually several Pyrenees owners that have started making wool out of it, spinning wool out of it.
You could do that. You can insulate your shed. I mean, there's all kinds of uses.
My floors never get cold anymore because they're covered in this nice rug that he walks through.
Yeah.
It just hangs out under my desk, sheds, and I don't have to wear slippers. You just put
exactly. That's it. Yeah.
No, I do remember when I had that Newfoundland dog in Pennsylvania, and then every spring I had to brush that undercoat out.
Out. Yeah.
Because they gain that in the wintertime. I mean, this dog was impervious to cold weather.
Right.
Absolutely impervious. We had in '95, we had all these snowstorms, and I've mentioned this before. We had like 13 of 6 inches or better, like every Saturday. And some of them were 10, 12, 14. So we ended up with, especially where I lived at a little higher elevation. Our house was kind of up in the mountain. But they call mountains there, but they're hills everywhere else. But they're still about 1,500, 1,600 foot elevation. And the snow line was longer later, and it just built up. And I had a few feet of snow in my front yard, and couldn't find my dog. I was like, Mandy. Now that's not this Mandy. This was a big black Newfoundland, 135 pounds.
Right. Yeah.
Mandy. And I look up my front yard. The dog's head comes up out of the snow. She was taking a nap in the snow. Just totally natural. But every spring, man, you would brush out another dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be
Ranger in the wintertime, he'll go lay out there when there's snow on the ground or when it's snowing. He'll go out there and lay out there and just like, get your ass in here. Not so much. I don't think he's going to be doing it as much this winter because he's not getting around real well. So he's not going to, his joints.
And the cold may make it even worse. What kind of dog is he again?
He's a Great Pyrenees.
Right. So they got that big fur.
Or Pyrenees Mountain Dog. Yeah. Great. And, it's the same leg that we had he's messed up the knee again, but it's not as bad. He can still walk on it, but he's really hard for him. When he first heard it this last time, it was like I was having to help him get up and down, but he finally had started healing enough that he could start getting up on his own. But there for a while, I had to actually go out and carry him back, help him back up the steps in the house. And now he can get in and out on his own. But
that happens part of being a pet owner. How old is this dog?
I think he's 10. I'm going to have to look now, but I think he's 10.
Anyways, how much?
About 150 pounds.
Well, you've done really well that he's lived this long, to be honest with you.
Oh, I know. He's
giant dogs.
10 years is about.
They break your heart. My Mandy only lasted a little over 7 years.
Yeah, 8 to 10 years, but
they say for the newbies it's 7 to 10 years. She was a little over 7. She had a really bad. She was alive. I had to put it down. She had such a bad stroke.
Yeah, I was going to look back and see if I could figure.
She was suffering so bad, that poor thing. She might have got hit for all I know, because we lived in the country and she would just roam, and the neighbors were my family, so they all knew who she was. But somebody could have come through, and I'm lucky she didn't get shot. She looked like a little black bear from a distance.
Right.
What a great dog. They're so sweet, those big animals. They're just gentle. And my son, when he was a baby, would climb on her and just pull her fur and knock the shit out of her. She just lay there and take it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she knew better. She knew it was a baby somehow.
Hey, Mel.
Well,
Huh?
oh hey Mel, yeah.
Mel.
But yeah, like
Oh,
Peaches.
yeah, Mel.
He comes in here and lays here by my foot, and she comes running, and she just jumps up and licks on his face and claws to get, and he just turns his head away from her, and it's like, are you kidding me? Let's see. Okay, we got him, and he's 9 years old. He'll be 10 years this next Valentine's Day, because he's born on Valentine's Day.
When and I'll tell you, Newfies are. I think they're smart dog. Don't anybody tell.
Oh
me.
yeah.
Because our living room in the house in Pennsylvania, was a stupid setup. Somebody decided to make it an elevated. It was a thing back in the day. It was like a step up to get into the living room for no reason at all, and you had to actually go through an opening to get into it, and for again no reason at all. That wall was opened, like two big giant whatever. Anyway, to get into the living room, you had to go through a doorway off the kitchen. And when Billy was born, he was a baby, and we had this thing that he would lay on and play with the toys above his head and this and that. And my ex didn't want the dog fur in the living room. She gave it a good douching, gave it a good cleaning.
Yeah.
And then we just started putting the ottoman in front of the door. Now it's an ottoman, which is like a big stuffed big ottoman, completely in a square, so it's completely blocking the door. It was like a perfect fit. And the step, and then the ottoman. So it's kind of high. Now, if she really wanted to, she could leap over that and get in the thing.
Yeah.
But she'd come up. And we thought, no. And so here's this dog that all her life could go wherever she wanted, and all of a sudden was not allowed in a good portion of the house.
Right.
And even though she was a big dog, she was an inside dog. She used to sleep underneath the dining room table.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, when Billy got a little older, and he was no longer laying on his back, and we took the ottoman away. The dog wouldn't come back in the living room anymore. He was taught not to come in the living room.
Right.
It took a long time for me to get that dog to actually come back in, because it was, it did, it took not to say a long time. It took a while.
Yeah.
Because she was as much a member of the family as anybody. So I kind of felt bad about it. But she was smart. I remember it was so cold one winter, so cold. And my mother-in-law's farm was next door, and she had this outside dog. She had him on a chain, and he had a dog house. Well, and it was a shepherd mix kind of thing,
right?
Stocky, and it was okay. It was a little like kids would go towards it and would sound nasty, and they wouldn't come near it. It was one of those, But really, if you let him loose, he was fine. And but he was an outside dog. He doesn't have inside politics, peeing and shit and whatever. And besides that, we had birds. And so it was so cold, we said, okay, we'll take him in. I don't know why she didn't take him the fuck in, but so we took the dog in. So at this time, there was no ottoman, but it was still during a period of time, Mandy wouldn't go in the living room, right? So because Mandy wouldn't go in the living room, my wife was doing something, rearranging, and we had a couple of birds, and one of the birds was in a ever see like the wooden bird cages?
Yeah,
it's regular, it looks like a metal wood, but it's really thin wood,
Yeah.
It was nice. It was kind of cute, and it had this finch in it, Mr. Peepers, beep 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 beep, and she had left it on the fireplace stoop because first of all, Mandy wasn't a killer to begin with, and B, she wouldn't come in the living room. Well, she didn't think of it, and we let that stupid fucking dog in the house, and it wasn't a metal cage, so you know what happened. And I come home from work, and here's my big dog, my big black dog, and she looks in the living room, looks at me, looks in the living room, looks at me, and takes off. Just goes and hides. And what do you mean? I didn't do it. And I go into the living room, and there's this dog with like feathers on his face, and the Peepers was gone. But the other dog was like, I told him not to go in there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's just a memory that popped up in my head for some reason.
That was a nice snack.
She was
Yeah,
good.
thanks, Pop.
Oh, by the way, that dog was in the basement for the rest of the time it was in my house.
Yeah, I can
Which is
imagine.
where he should have went to begin with.
Yeah.
Because in
Well, it's like
Pennsylvania, we have basements. I'm sorry.
when I get ready to like tonight I had hamburger patties, and so I was fixing them, and of course, invariably as I start cooking them, Ranger gets up and comes from the bedroom and comes out here, and he gets right behind where my chair is at, which sort of blocks me from getting back over to the stove because he's eating, and it's like he comes out to eat while I'm fixing food, but then he blocks me from being able to go over and flip the burgers or whatever. So, and then he followed me right up to the stove, and I told him, I said, "No, I said, I'm tired of this. You get out, move out, move, move, move." I just wanted him to come back over here by the kitchen table, not where he's blocking me off. He got his feelings hurt. He went all the way into the bedroom and laid down there and sulked.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, he was. It's like
I'll tell you the truth. Speary, I just remember the name of the other dog. Speary didn't know he did anything wrong. He killed vermin in my house.
Yeah,
he was proud of himself. When I went in there, he looked at me. It looked like he was smiling, but obviously not. But his tail was wagging. He didn't know he did anything wrong. I mean, you know what? Actually, that bird annoyed the shit out of me, so I really didn't know. The kids liked him. Mr. Peepers is gone. They're like cartoon characters, finches. Like he's here. The cage was kind of big.
Yeah.
He's here. Beep, 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 beep. So anyway, that was sad though. Killed the fourth thing. It didn't do anything. Yeah. But anyway, and that dog would have been fine. Its coat was so effing thick. It was an outside dog. It lived out there its whole life. It was just silly. Anyway, but you got to worry about the animals,
Oh yeah, I always do when it gets down. I won't let Ranger stay out. If he'll stay out there as long, but he the last winter he wasn't out there as much as he was. Because he's getting up in the years now, 8, 9 years old. So
does dogs barking keep you up at night?
Do what?
Does that bother you? If you hear, in other words, dogs that are communicating, not barking like an alarm.
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking about an alarm bark. I'm talking about, out in the distance and neighbors getting pissed off because some dog is barking. Does that keep you awake?
No.
No, because you live in an area with dogs. And your mind knows while you're laying there, nothing's happening. They're playing. Don't worry about it. But you just have neighbors that would just like freak out. Not in the country, though. Because I know my dog must have responded. I mean, the neighbors had dogs. The other neighbor, in-laws had dogs. The neighbors down the street had dogs. There were dogs that would get away. There were a couple of. There were a couple. Actually, there was a couple of. What's that guard dog? Black skinny Dobermans. A couple of Dobermans that would make their way into my yard, and I think they belonged to the people. My brother, because it was us, my sister-in-law's property. And then my brother-in-law's property, and then on the other side was the mother-in-law, and then the other sister-in-law and brother-in-law. So it was like our town, But Jimmy and his wife, they became Jehovah's Witnesses and moved to New Mexico. Whatever. There was a big Jehovah's Witness rigmarole there, and they sold their acre there. And there was people that had 2 dobies, and they would just get loose,
Right.
So my dog would be. I let my dog do whatever it wanted. It was out in the yard, and they would play, And she was like, again, big fucking dog, 135-pound dog. Dobermans are dangerous if they're nasty, but these weren't nasty dogs. But they used to play fight, and it was funny just watching my dog swat them, the boom, and knock them down, and they'd roll around. But they never got.
Well, the littlest Chihuahua. Oh, about 10 o'clock. I don't know whether somebody lets their damn dogs out or what's going on, or if the cat's looking for the neighborhood stray cat is looking for a place to roost for the night or whatever. But she goes out there and just starts raising hell, and eventually Pepper finally goes out there. And if they start making the right kind of noise, Ranger will get up and go out there. But generally, he'll just, he generally goes out about 11:30 at night. He barks a few times and comes back in. Then he gets up about 2:30 in the morning, goes out, barks twice, and comes back in. It's just to let the other dog, the neighborhood know, hey, I'm still on watch, folks. Don't come around.
Well, my neighbors back here have Labradoodles. I guess they're pretty good size, 80, 90 pounds, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're good friends with my dogs. You know, they laugh, they laugh, they have drinks. Now, I mean, they bark and they play and they run up and down the fence, you know, together and this and that. And it's really cute because my dogs are, even the big one, she's only 20 pounds. I mean, they're tiny. Well, here's what you can't, but you got to be careful. You can't let them play together because they will accidentally hurt your dog. And like the one time that we allowed that, Bella got stepped on, you know, so, you know, I mean, she was okay, you know, it sprained her foot probably. She was limping a little bit for a while. So it's too bad, you know, but the big dogs, you don't care. They can do whatever they want because they're probably not going to get hurt. I accidentally hit Mandy in the forehead with a pickaxe once. She came up, I was breaking up some steps and she came up behind me. Oh, and you get this big ass giant fucking head. Anyway, and I brought the pickaxe across my waist, like, you know, you just did a swing, bring it across your waist, take a little breath. I was a lot younger, don't forget. And the pointy end was pointing that way, and it went punk right in the middle of her goddamn head. She was fine. Would you have a skull that thick? She was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck was that for?
Yeah.
You know, the fur is so thick, it didn't split the skin, which that I could tell. So,
right.
Yeah. That was the thing that I felt confident with the Dobies. If it ever got out of control, was first of all, the neck was really big to get their jaws around. And second, it had thick ass fur on it.
Right.
Probably hurt her, but it'd take a while and I could chase them off. But they never got like that. They were just nice dogs. I don't know why I got on that subject, but it was just a thing that I hear people complain about hearing dogs bark at night.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take long for you to adjust. And
it's
like living near like living near an airport. I grew up in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, right next to the airport, and I don't remember plane sounds. And you know, I had to hear them all day long.
Oh yeah.
It's the largest municipal airport in New Jersey, and it was literally bordered my town, my little 1 square mile town. I could walk down to the airport in 20 minutes, you know, from my apartment. So anyway, but you don't hear it. You know, it's just background noise, you know, is my theory, or I'm just dense, or I'm selectively remembering things. I don't know.
Our neighbors that used to live in that house, the first ones, well, their second ones actually, they had this damn dog, and that was the barkingest son of a bitch. And they work shift work, and sometimes they do like three nights in a row, and they'd put that damn dog out, and that damn thing would bark all night long. Everybody knew its name, and everybody, you know, I think the dog thought its name was "Shut up."
Or shut the
whole damn neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, that was an abbreviation of "shut the f up." You know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how hush puppies were made.
Yeah.
But even that, yes, that's, you know what? Here's the problem with when it's something like that, and you know the dog is out of control, and the owners aren't doing anything about it. Then in your mind, that pisses you off a little bit or bothers you a little bit. So because of that, you're probably more
psycho.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about when you try to sleep at night. You know.
When you're trying to sleep at night, and it because of course that dog would bark, and then it would start the other dogs barking, and the whole damn neighborhood's raising hell.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, but
it depends how big the property is too, how far away the dogs are. You know, I mean, you got a pretty good chunk of land there, don't you? How big's your lot?
It's 100 by 100.
Oh,
yeah, it's not that big.
No, your neighborhood dogs are closer.
Yeah, they're, and in this case, we were staying in the bedroom down at that end of the house, and that was right there by our bedroom window.
Oh,
I mean, 10 feet out from our bedroom window was where where the fence was at. And
plus the propensity to have a lot more of them near you, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. And in an urban setting, that's a double lot, you know, like,
it is. Yeah, it is.
You know, like here, this is 85 by 150, I believe. Yeah, 85 by 150. No, that's a pretty good size one.
Yeah.
Next door is 150, but you don't own the first 30 fucking feet. I mean, you have to take care of it, pay for it, and pave it, and fix my driveway and all that other stuff. But
yep,
it's not yours; it's the city's. you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. The
20
house that or where the lots of this house sits on is actually half of two different lots, because the original lots were 200 by let's see, 200 by 50. So there's 200 by 50. They cut them in half, and then the two
Right.
lots together, so it's 100 by 100 on both
Right.
sets.
They subdivide it. But
Yeah, we got
like in Jersey, Northeast Jersey, pretty typical is 50 by 100.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty typical. That's not even a quarter acre, you know.
right.
Like we had an acre is 208 by 208.
Yeah.
So you got 100 by 100? So
Yeah.
about a quarter acre.
Yeah. Now my property up where I have my lake, it's 125 by 150.
And that's great. That's better. I mean, you don't even. I mean, my lot, the neighbors are right there. It's not like where I lived in the country where
A mile away.
in
Yeah.
the middle of the winter with overcast in the middle of the night with no moon, I wouldn't know my sister-in-law's house was there unless the lights were on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was far enough you could never get
Right.
affected by them directly. But dogs are loud, you know.
Oh yeah.
They get out and they roam, you know.
Yeah.
You know. But I like that though. I like living in the country, you know. I did. I did. I have never missed living in apartments because I grew up in apartments. You know.
Oh no, I would I would prefer anywhere besides apartments. Yeah.
People listening to what you're doing. People making noise. People banging above your head. But I
you got murders upstairs and homeless people sleeping in the hallways.
Well, there was that too.
Yeah. We only lived in Judy and I only lived in an apartment. Well, twice. Right after we got married, we lived in apartments, and
don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with living in apartments.
No,
that's not what I'm saying. I just don't like it. But there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's a perfectly great way to. Sometimes it's a smart thing to do. You know, depending on your situation.
We were assistant managers at this one apartment complex, and so we had an apartment. They gave us an apartment as part of the job, But anyways, we were upstairs, and it was late at night. Judy and I had gone to bed. The kids gone to bed, and there's a beat noise on the door. So I go and walk into the door, and I see all these weird lights out there, and it's the manager. He says, "Lloyd, you need to get you and the kids out." Says, "Right, there's a fire right across the next building over, which was only 20 feet from where our balcony was at, or where our steps were at. So anyways, so I go down the hall yelling for the kids to start getting dressed, but and Judy's there, and she comes out. I said, "No, we got to get dressed." So we're getting ready, and I come running down the hall. The kids are following me, and they're all, I went back and got my britches because I was just in my shirt and shorts, and so I come running up the hallway, and finally the manager says, "Lloyd," "Yeah." He says, "You can't go out like that." So what do you mean? He says, "You got your pants, but you need to actually put them on." I was running down the hallway holding my pants. I forgot to stop long enough to put my pants on. It's like, okay, all right.
Was this a dream?
No, this was real. This was real.
God.
Yeah, it was an apartment fire. And what was weird, though, is when we stepped out onto the porch to go down the stairs, because we were up on the second floor, I noticed it was raining. And like, well, son of a bitch, it's raining. That's going to suck. So we go wandering out there, and we get away from, they get the fire department escorts us back a little ways. And then I noticed it quit raining. It wasn't raining. It was damn fire hoses were coming down. They were spraying both buildings, trying to keep our roof from catching on fire because it already started smoking. So, yeah. So, yeah, I went running down the hallway holding my britches in front of me, and he stopped me and said, "You really need to." Of course, Judy just cracked up laughing. She just starts,
You're not laughing. Donald Duck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, of course, the kids thought it was funny, too. But, But yeah, that was the first apartment we lived in. The second one, we actually we
Oh,
still
good. Are you going to tell a different story? Because I stopped listening because I kept picturing you with your pants off.
yeah no
I
I
had it,
said
and that was enough.
that was enough. No, this I was just going to say the second apartment we had was up in Tulsa, and we owned this house, but Judy was working up in Broken Arrow, and she wanted to live in the Tulsa area for a while, so we went up there and did a 6 months lease on an apartment and had a good time while we were living up there, and we kept this house, made still making payments on it. She was making the extra that we could just so she could live in Tulsa, until, and that's when and it was about that. Yeah, she does pay attention. uh, anyways, yeah,
No, I'm sorry. That was a different story. She was
different
talking about her
subject.
dog. Did you see that about her dog?
No.
It was cute. It was a cute little story, but I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well,
It was her 10-month-old puppy. We moved a plant today, and she barked at it because she knew it wasn't there before.
oh, yeah.
Which is funny.
They'll do that. Yeah, that is cute. Yes.
And then I says, "A good girl," and then
Yeah.
something about she make a good watchdog. Pays attention to details. Something's
Yeah.
wrong here. Something's amiss.
Something's amiss. That's right. Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
She's a rescue dog, which is cool too.
Yeah.
I
think her and Brian got dogs about the same time, if I'm not mistaken, because they've been kind of comparing their dog's growth. Yeah, if you can get a dog that's either a rescue or something like that, that's the best way to do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Most of them are house trained.
Yeah.
But aside
Ranger.
from that, they need rescue.
That's right. Well, Ranger,
Puppies will always sell. Rescue dogs won't always be rescued.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Yeah, I bought Ranger from the people that owned the parents, but the only reason she was selling because their dogs were working dogs, and the only reason she was selling them is that she just brought her husband home for hospice. He had cancer, and they were needing to, and her granddaughter, they just found out was going to have open heart surgery, so she was selling off things in order to help offset some of all these medical expenses. Right. So she told me that I didn't even bicker over the price. It wasn't that bad anyways. I would have probably offered $50 less, under normal circumstances, but then she turned around and had to get rid of the dad. Like, hello, Jim. Had to get rid of the father about 4 weeks later. And if I'd have realized it, I would have grabbed him because he was a good dog, and he was huge compared to what Ranger is. He probably was 175 or more. Wow. And but he got to chasing. I guess he chased the neighbor's cows, and they didn't like it. So they gave him away. It's like, man, I wish I would have grabbed him because he was a good dog. The dad was. Yeah. Ranger's a lot like him, built like him too. But yeah, I didn't really.
I like him too. Oh, built like him too.
Built like him. Yeah, built like him
too. Don't speak for me.
Yeah.
Built like them too. I never met him. Bring him next time. No, wait. Don't do that.
No, I don't think I can get him on the plane.
And you're staying here too. So
I think my carry-on is a little. Yeah, he'd be a little bit beyond my carry-on.
I got a tip for everybody. If say like in this situation, long day at work, come home, hang out with my friends here doing this, and I want to have a drink because I'm off tomorrow and it doesn't matter, because I really don't drink very much. You guys might think I do. I really don't.
Oh,
I just drink with you and that's it. So anyway, which is probably still too much. I'm just drinking wine today, but here's the tip: I didn't eat a thing all day long. Besides that stupid little milkshake thing I do first thing in the morning. That's my breakfast.
Right. Yeah.
No food in my belly all day. Sure. Here's what happens. The alcohol in this very lightly alcoholed product affects you quicker and faster because I'm absorbing it more quickly, because there's no food in my stomach. So that's my tip. It's cheaper, faster, and I'll have something to eat when I get off, and in the morning I won't feel bad.
There you go.
I didn't drink that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And it'll be good. That's my theory, my tip for the day. For all of you who want to get the most effect out of your alcohol.
I think they call that being a lightweight. Is that what they used to call it?
There you go.
Yeah.
Lightweight. Yeah, come on down, Grandpa. Meet up. We'll do it. We'll go to that place with the ridiculous beers. What do you call? What the hell's the name of it? I can't even think of it. I live here.
Shit. Yeah.
I've been here like 20 times.
Did you say ridiculous beers?
Yeah, they got
Beers.
like 69 different beers on tap.
Yeah.
Not Busch Garden, is it?
What? No. It's a local restaurant. It's pretty good too. The food's good.
Oh,
Food's real good. Yeah.
Dave and
Yeah.
Buster.
Huh?
Dave and Buster.
No.
No.
Don't be a dick.
No. It was.
You
It
went
was
there.
one of-
I think I brought you there, Artie. Didn't you go there? I don't know. Maybe not.
No, that was
we all ate there that first year during that I was there was during the eclipse, and then you and I and
Yeah, we were there for the eclipse. Right.
yeah,
But
the second time you and I and Michael Wright.
I was there with Jim Beauchard getting plowed one
Yeah.
We got destroyed and having a good
Yeah.
time busting chops with the bartenders eating at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a soundbite out of that one.
it was ridiculous. Yeah. Door.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim was full
Yeah.
fun. Jim was drunk that whole time. I mean, the whole time, from the time he got here to the time he left. I don't know how he did that, but I'm pretty sure he was. It was fun.
Yeah.
He was fun. The hell's the name of that place? I love that place. No, they got good. They do a nice deli style sandwich with the thicker meat. They do nice pizza. I mean, they do. No, the food was good. Whatever you order there is good. And
I
the
think
service is really friendly. And that's where that server was that took the orders from 14 of us without writing anything down.
she did a pretty good. She did Castaways.
Castaways. That was it.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
Don wasn't even there, but he knows. Yeah, but that server was incredible. I mean, 14 orders,
Yes.
including
Castaways.
drinks, and didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
And sides and everything else. I think she maybe had 2 questions. Are these your fries or whatever? But
I was the only one. She said, "Did you change did you order fries?" That I said, "Yes, I did." And then that was the only one that was.
no,
I
everything else
changed
came out and got put down right in front of us. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. And a nice kid too.
Yeah. And she was there the next but she wasn't quite her chipper self that time because
something was going on with the owner. Having I don't know.
well, I think she'd been out partying the night before. She had a hangover.
Could be that.
That's what she said, anyways. Yeah.
She was pleasant enough. She just wasn't her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. She wasn't as quite as.
If you never went there before, you would have been perfectly.
You would have known. Yeah.
Satisfied with the service, but she's usually way more outgoing and friendly than that. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Don, I can understand that. Just remember once you start getting older and you have all those trivial facts, it's sort of like a hard drive. The difference is you can't wipe the hard drive. Well, you could, but it's called a stroke.
format that. Nope.
Yeah. It's called a stroke. You don't want to do
I hate
that.
how mine doesn't file away little bits of trivia like that because it's a restaurant I've been to at least a dozen times. I've been there with my dad. I've been there by myself. I've been there with you guys, with Ray Kelly on another occasion. I've just been there many times. I've got a couple of their what do they call grinders? What the hell is it called? Growlers. I got a couple of growlers in the other because you bring them back and they fill it.
Yeah.
Pick your
Well, you actually got one while we were there with Michael Wright, but
I got a couple.
He came home and went and laid down and took a nap before he had to drive up to wherever he was driving to.
Yep.
And then the next day that Ray had been exposed to or had COVID, and then Michael ended up with COVID.
Oh, Michael had it. Michael might have been Typhoid Mary. I mean, I don't know.
He might have been the one that brought it gave it to Ray. Yeah,
I don't know. They think they know who did it. It wasn't Mike. It went from this person.
I think it was
to Ray to Mike because they hung out. And then he hung out with us, but we didn't get sick because I mean, we spent the afternoon with him.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, he slept. He took a nap
he
here.
slept on my damn bed. Yeah, and then I
You're
didn't.
in your bed.
Yeah.
Well, your bed, my bed at the time. My
Well, he didn't feel so great. He said, "Go lay down," and he took a nap. And
Speaking of
we didn't get
bed,
sick, though.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, all right, Art.
See?
Okay.
Bye.
Good night,
Speaking
Art.
of lightweights.
Bye
Good night.
bye,
Good night,
Billy.
Artie.
All right, Art. You have a good one.
Bye. Sleepy bye. Anyway.
But
yeah, we didn't get sick though, thank God. That was good.
No, I never did.
No, I felt bad. He was bad too.
Yeah,
So,
he got. Well, he didn't act like he was feeling real good, anyways.
No, I know.
That,
No, I'm just saying later on it got worse. But
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we did have it. We just didn't notice because we're denses, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I never. If I got it, it was so mild I didn't notice it.
I mean, we came here, slept in for a night. We took like an hour and a half or whatever just to relax.
Yeah, just
went
relax.
out to eat. Went out to eat together.
Right.
We were hanging out with him because he had nothing to do because everybody he was with was gone.
Everybody was leaving the hotel. Yeah,
Yeah. And he had the hotel for one more day, so he thought the next day he was going to go to Jupiter to the lighthouse and do one more day of flying. So he had really nothing planned and nothing to do. So he hung out with us.
Hung out with
It's kind of insulting now that I say it that way, but
yeah, we were bottom of the list.
Yeah, we filled a need. But yeah, it was fun. That was a fun time. That really was. Yeah. Looking forward to it again. I am.
Yep.
We're doing the boat this time, Lloyd.
I'm going to go on the boat this time. Yeah.
Good. Let's see how you Oklahomans fish.
Yeah.
It's the easiest fishing in the world. Seriously, Lloyd. I mean, they'll even, I'll bait your hook. You put the squid on the friggin' hook and you hang the pole over the edge of the boat and you release it, you hit the release and you just let it drop to the bottom and then you hit the release and draw it in 2 turns. That's it. And then you sit there and wait. That's it. It's all you're doing.
Yeah.
But you just got to, you catch fish when you pay attention. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You catch the nibble, hopefully you get it. But if they're so deep, there's a big delay by the time that gets down there.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to let them take it a little. It depends. Depends what kind of fish.
Well, it's like fishing for bass here in Oklahoma, bass fishing. You got to set the hook. And I remember,
all fishing.
It's like catfishing. But one year we were up trout fishing at a trout camp. And these guys, well, they were bass fishermen. And so every time they get I was watching them, I kept saying, I told them, I said, I don't think you're doing that right. And I said, okay. And
what were they doing?
Well, every time they'd get a nibble, they'd try to set the hook. Well, you can't do that with trout because they got a softer mouth and
a smaller mouth.
And a smaller mouth. And so
you're not
and you're using a smaller hook.
You're
not using one of the treble hooks. Yeah.
Even smallmouth bass is bigger than troutmouth.
So, and anyways, it was getting close to lunchtime, and at usually at 1 o'clock, they sounded the alarm and they released water from the dam. So you'd have to wait for the water would rise, and you'd have to wait for it to go back down again to start fishing. So, because we fished down below, about a half a mile down below the dam. Anyways, so Judy yelled it was almost dinner time, and so I said, "Okay, I'll be there in a few minutes." I said, "Let me catch my limit." And I hadn't caught but one fish, but I hadn't really been. And they said, and they looked at me and said, "You're going to go eat?" And I said, "Yeah, in about 20 minutes, I got to catch my limit though." I said, "Sure, right." I sat there and caught my limit, just one after the other, and they just looked at me. What? How the hell did you do that? I said, I grew up trout fishing. I grew up in Colorado. I trout fished all my life.
What did you do this after the rise of the water or before?
Before.
Yeah. And do they do that at the same time every day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the fish start to feed before that happens because
exactly.
It's going to get all silty and they're not going to be able to eat.
Right. And plus
until all that shit settles down.
Yeah. And I used fireballs, which is just salmon eggs, and I said, finally I said, well, how do you do that? I said, first off, you don't try to set the hook like it's a damn 20-pound bass. I said,
Yeah, you gotta let them take it.
you let them take it.
Yep.
And I said, at most, you just give it a little tug. And I said, that's it. And so after lunch, after things settled down later that evening, they started they started catching fish, and
What
they
size
fin-
hook- did they have? Oversized equipment?
yeah, they were using big ass hooks. I said, get you some small. I said, you just need these small hooks for.
Dude, brown trout. You could put bread on the end of a little hook and
Oh
throw
yeah,
it right in the water, and you got the right spot, and you just pull them right out of the friggin' water. They're not brilliant, but they got tiny little mounts. You know.
Yep, yeah, and these were
They're good
yeah,
eating. I'm not a fish eating guy, but they're good eating. Trouts are
yeah.
great.
These were rainbow trout. So, and they stock there about every other week. So
I used to live right by Nescapec Creek.
right.
I know none of you have ever heard of it. However, in Pennsylvania, it's known that is the most highly trout stocked creek in the state.
Yeah.
And it was literally 10 minutes drive from my house. But you had to fly fish. I mean, it was really, not fly fish.
Yeah.
It was difficult. You had to surface fish, but they were there and you can get them. And there was a lot of fun. But there's something to be said about lazy fishing too.
Oh yeah.
Just let it hang, drag them out of the water.
Yeah, because I just put a bobber and drop the hook down about this far below the bobber, and that thing would hit it, and just a little, give it one quick crank. You don't have to pull back, just a quick crank. And
yeah, but see on these little creeks, you'd have to, if you weren't flying, and fly fish would be too tough for me anyway. You were using ultralight get-ups with anti-weed eaters. It's because you'd be catching stones and stuff, and just a little bit of bait. And like I said, but you got to keep the line moving because it'll end up, being pulled because there's a nice current in these creeks.
Right. Yeah.
Pulled and snagged. And so that's really active fishing, which is cool,
Yeah.
But something to be said about it. I had a boat too, and I kind of like going on the lake and just throw it in.
Yeah. They would come down and
I'm sorry.
They'd come down to catch it. It pissed me off. They'd come down and catch these damn trout, and then instead of saving them to eat, they'd take them up and use them for striper bait up at the lake because this was just, and this is actually right by, just actually right by close where Pat lives,
There's nothing wrong with that. It's an eating fish, but if they want to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a circle of life, man.
Yeah, I know. It just aggravated the shit out of me because at that time we were paying. Of course, we camped there too. That was the other thing. There was a really nice campground, full hookup for the trailers, and
it was part of the plan. Eating what you caught while you were camping there.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Then they should have saved they should have eaten the fish then.
Yeah, because exactly because. I think the limit was like 6 a day, but you could have so many, you could have as many as you wanted, but you couldn't have per person. You could have so many fish in your freezer or in your cooler, after you'd cleaned them and everything. But yeah, 6 a day was your limit
I'm going to set a goal. I am going to oil up and fix up my Pope Heel Pocket Fisherman, my 1977 Pope Heel Pocket Fisherman, and I'm going to put it in the back of my 1998 scooter, and I'm going to drive to a body of water and actually pull out a fish, and I'm going to video this, and that'll be my adventure. What do you think?
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
You think that'd be watchable?
Well, yeah. Don and I actually talked about these, I forgot what we called it now. One day adventures or something. We were talking about doing that, just going around different tourist places around between here in Missouri and Arkansas, and just seeing the local,
pardon me,
one day adventures, as far as you could, go to some place to where you could go to it and get back in a day,
Well, I just think that 48-year-old pocket fisherman.
No, that would be, yeah, I think people would watch
actually
it.
pull it in anything. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Catfish, fine, I'll take that. Maybe I'll just take the
Yeah.
bike over to. I know there's catfish underneath.
One Tank Adventures. Thank you. That was it. Or you could drive on a tank of gas. Right. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. One Tank Adventures.
I just
And
it's-
unfortunately, with me and
Sorry.
Don, neither one ever got around to doing it. But I think you're right. They would, the Popeil right there, that'd catch the nostalgic people because, you know,
and the well, I don't know. I would think the 27-year-old scooter would be pretty cool.
well,
too.
that'd be cool
And
too. Yeah.
6-year-old fat ass sitting on it. You know, it's all it's all classic shit. You know, think about it. I'm the oldest thing in the group, but whatever.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
But no, I don't.
Yeah. You're getting closer
I
to
don't think I
becoming
caught
an
anything.
antique.
I don't think I've caught anything on that pocket fisherman since I lived in New Jersey. So that would be that would be a long effing time ago because it stayed at my dad's. He had it. He gave it back to me since we've been in Florida. So, and I think I caught a couple of little fucking sunfish with it on Route 4 by. Remember always the Rosie's Diner commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the yeah, they were filmed in No, it's not Teaneck. Tenafly? No, fuck. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I used to ride my bike down there, and there's a pond right across from that diner where they film those commercials.
Right.
And I would fish that little pond with my pocket fisherman on my bicycle. Anyway, and I'm sure I caught a couple little sunnies with it. You know, what the hell?
Yeah, my dad had one. I don't know what happened to it. Hell, James probably has it.
It's not Teaneck. Tenafly? Damn, I can't remember. Old age sucks. Let me tell you right now. That's where I grew up.
Yeah. I'll be back in just a second, gentlemen. I'm actually going to pull that print off of my print bed right here, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, it was a really strange place to fish. I actually rode my bike on a highway to get there. Route 4 is a pretty busy freaking road in North New Jersey. You know, it's like 6 lanes and heavy traffic, but it was the only way to get down there. And it's a new, you know, this is like you could see New York from this part of New Jersey. You know what I mean? Where that's how crowded it was. But Route 4, there was I don't know what the cross routes were, but there was a circle for whatever reason, a big giant circle, and in the middle of the circle was this pond. You know, and it wasn't a tiny pond. It wasn't more than a pond, but it wasn't tiny. This was a big ass circle. So so I'd be surrounded by vehicles going around the whole time while I'm fishing. You know, it's not like some serene. That's how you grew up in Northeast New Jersey. You take what you can get. You know, it's not some scenic, serene surrounding. You know, just me and my Ross 20-inch high rise. I had the high rise in the back and the sissy bar. I had the sissy bar with the pad back here. I was not cool though. Not at 16. That was kind of weird. But that's what you had. You know, gas-powered scooters weren't really a common thing at that point in time.
Right. Yeah.
Or electric ones, for that matter. My brother had a scooter when we were in high school. My senior year, which would make him a freshman, I guess. Like so, I was 18, but I'm 15, and he won a gas-powered scooter at something. I don't know what it was, but it was like an Chinese auction kind of thing. He got the grand prize, you know,
right?
Little fucker, and it was primitive. You know what I mean? It was the body frame was like folded metal. You know what I mean? It was fine. Don't get me wrong, it worked. But motor sat. You ever see these where the motor sits on top of the front wheel and there's a roller? There's a gas-powered motor sitting in front of your steering, right, sitting up here.
Yeah.
And instead of a drive shaft, it has a roller, basically, that rolls your tire.
Oh wow!
And to disengage it, what would it do is it just basically raise the motor. When you squeeze the clutch, it would raise the motor so it stopped engaging the friggin' thing. So it was only one speed. You know what I mean? You know, that was it. Whatever you got, you got. But it was still really cool teenagers.
Yeah.
Especially at that point, because at that point we lived in West Milford, New Jersey, which is in Passaic County, and it's by Warwick, New York, and it's very countrified. So there was no cops roaming around. You could do whatever the hell you wanted, and he did. He just took it out and did whatever he wanted. Nobody cared. It was a different time too. We lived off of Upper Greenwood Lake. It was a developing community. We got in early, and it was pretty nice by a lake. We had a lake we were members of automatically because we own property there, and that was pretty nice considering I grew up in apartments all my life. We went to that.
Yeah,
it wasn't fancy, just a 3-bedroom, 2-story house. You could have made it easily 4 because there was a big room downstairs, but it wasn't a big house. But it was a big jump from hitting the fucking ceiling with a broom.
Yeah,
we did that shit. Bang on the floor. Anyway, but that was very cool. I have an image of it. I have an image of it with him escaping from me because we didn't get along the radius all our lives, but we used to do something stupid. We used to, he played war as a kid, and we had BB rifles, and that's how we played. We actually shoot them at each other, chasing each other through the friggin' woods, waiting in ambush, whatever. The rule was not in the face.
Right.
How stupid, right? So an accident can happen, but never did. Thank God, knock on wood, nobody got hurt. But I have this memory where Jimmy did something against the rules because we had set rules. I think he actually snuck up on me and shot me from like 4 feet away. With a single pump action, it would hurt. Yeah. It's not going to penetrate.
Right.
But whatever he did was not allowable. You know what I mean? And he and this guy had a really steep driveway down into the main road. So he jumped on that scooter and just started it and just took off down the street. And I raised my rifle, and no shit, with him, he was building up a nice little head of steam.
Right.
I actually led him perfectly because I saw him go like this. I shot him in the side as he was heading away from me, from at least I'd say 70 yards.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with myself.
Yeah,
that wasn't a single pump, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like the type of scooter is like, because you said it was an Asian one, right?
Oh, who the hell was? I don't know, dude. I was 18 years old. I don't remember. I know it was blue.
It sounds like the ones they used over in.
I do remember it was powder blue. It was a bicycle basically, but it looked like the frame was. There was a lot of it was angular. You know what I mean? Like with sheet metal bent. It had like a squarish look to it, and like I said, it was front wheel drive. But here, I'll find a picture of one like it.
Yeah, it sounds like ones they used in Southeast Asia and stuff.
Well, maybe I don't know. Could be.
I had an uncle that he was a genius. And now that I don't even know if he's alive now. I haven't heard from my other uncle whether he died, but he was actually more like a foster uncle. But he very smart man, very highly intelligent. He actually worked for building a lot of the stuff for NASA, like the moon drill. He owned the patent on that. He designed it, and actually had an autographed picture from the astronauts as they were using it on the moon. But anyways, he decided that he rode a bicycle everywhere. He liked riding a bicycle, but he didn't like having to do all the pedaling. So he said, this was back in the mid 60s, and he actually took and put an electric motor on it, and he used like you get the little those little where you could had the headlights on it, and it had a little wheel, and you engaged that, and it had a generator that would run the headlight. Well, he used 2 of those to charge or to run the motor. So he'd start out pedaling, and then once he got it started, and it was almost perpetual motion because it was charging at the same time it was using. So, and still going forward. And when you talked about using the motor having the rollers down. Well, that's what he used, a system like that. So, but I thought as a kid, I thought that was just the coolest thing. It wasn't until years later I figured out he was just friggin' weird on, he was a genius, but he was slightly, and he and his nephew, they made they built it's basically a CNC machine. What you, for, you would take a pen and write something, and he had this whole armature system that would run the metal lathe, and whatever you wrote, it would cut it out in aluminum blocks, or in aluminum. So, and this was back in the probably mid '60s, but yeah, and they just did it out of stuff they had there at the house. He made a listening device made out of nothing but paper. It started out with a oatmeal box, the Quaker Oats round tube, and then he took different size, everything from toilet paper to Christmas, and made this parabolic mic out of it. And you'd put in the earbuds, and then you could. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the gas motor, and there was like a roller on here, and it actually rolled on your front using your front tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you also had pedals. It was a moped, actually.
Right.
And, you had a brake up here. I believe it actually had a drum brake with the reverse, I believe. But you also one of these cables actually raised the motor up off the tire. It didn't have to raise it very much. You know what I mean? The leverage was not much. But his was like a blue, like a light blue. But this, I guess, when I first saw this picture, I didn't think this was it, but this might be it. It's called a Solex. I don't remember the can being exposed like this, though.
Right.
But maybe this one didn't come that way either. It looks like there might have been a cowling on that. In any case, yeah, that's the idea.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't make it up.
No.
Sometimes I do.
No.
But that's it. No, that was awfully hard to find that.
I can imagine. Yeah.
It made me feel like I came from a different dimension, because if you can't find a picture on the internet, maybe you made it up.
It never existed.
I'm sorry, what?
It never existed if you can't find it.
Yeah,
not in this reality, perhaps. I've stepped through.
Yes.
Yeah. Never know. Did you ever not to show my senility, but did you ever read about something and then while you're reading it think, this doesn't sound right. This isn't how that happened. Or
that sounds like the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect, yeah.
Some historical event, and that's not what I remember reading, in the past.
Yeah, that's the Mandela effect.
Doesn't sound right. Maybe I'm in the wrong dimension.
Well, I was listening to something. It was a historical thing. It was a historical comment, and they were talking about this, and I'm going, wait a damn minute. I know it was something that everybody would know, but they let the AI do the work, and of course they got it wrong. It was like, are you kidding me? I think it actually had to do with McKinley or somebody. The assassination of McKinley, and I can't remember what it was about, but it's like, no, that ain't right, because.
Well, and he's right. No, the Mandela effect is what you're talking about. What he's talking about. I mean, things that we remember that never happened, like Mandela actually dying in prison, which obviously never happened.
Yeah,
right.
Donald Trump helped fly him out of Africa. Actually, he did fly him out of Africa. The Monopoly guy having a monocle.
Yep. Monocle. Yep.
I would have sworn he had a monocle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Cheez-Its or Cheez-It.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You would have called it Cheez-Its, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would have. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just
Well, just like depend. I would have called them depends. Everybody does, but it's not. It's depend.
It is depend.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes.
What made you think of that one?
Because we've discussed it before.
Jackass.
Well, no, and I have. Well,
Jiffy
I have
peanut butter.
Jiffy peanut butter.
There's no Jiffy peanut butter.
There's Jif peanut butter.
There's Jif peanut butter.
But everybody says Jiffy, yeah. Because, it's, I remember it's like take a whiff of Jif. And of course, that's been, used for other things too.
What?
One of their advertisements.
Don't explain it. I'm already offended. Don't explain it.
Yeah.
So a whiff of Jiffy. What does that mean?
Now take a whiff of Jif. That was one of their advertisements. But then other people, guys, teenage guys, would let one rip and say, "Here, take a whiff of Jif."
Oh, well, this is from your traumatic memory experience.
Yes, yeah. It's from when I was a teenager. Okay. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, no, that'd be traumatic at any age. Got it.
Yeah, especially
I've been the recipient or the victim, of an errant crop dusting here and there.
Yeah, especially like with us, we were riding in a truck and there was no way of getting out. Some asshole in the middle will let you, or one of the guys, you're in the middle and one of the guys on the outside. You can't get out of it. You can't get out of the way of that. You just,
I was bowling, and when you bowl, you take your steps and your approach, and you lean. I at the time I'd lean forward pretty well. I mean, everybody does it different, and then let go. And this young guy, as I went by, came by and crop dusted me intentionally. He was in my league. He was in my league since he was a kid, which because this was the fishing league that I ran for years. He is now a steward. I shouldn't say this. He's a sheriff in Stewart. He's one of the sheriffs. Nice kid. Colin. Hey, Colin. Anyway, but he was a silly young guy. He's turned into a responsible adult with a wife and kid. Actually, I know his wife too. She bowled with us too. But he crop dusted me good, man. You're helpless too because you're doing your shot. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
I'll never forget that. He's anyway. I got pictures of him on some of the fishing trips. Actually, that's how I got started with the Mandela effect is real. I distinctly remember my wife saying, "I love you," but she swears she said, "Get off me, you smelly bastard." Oh. Well, doesn't that translate to "I love you" in long-term marriage speech?
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't say that to somebody she just started dating. That takes a certain level of closeness to be to be honest like that. Express how you feel, and confidence in the strength of your relationship. Then you would say screw you and get up and walk away because you never would, and that. See, that's love. That is love. That's what that translates.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not a mystery. I got it figured out. I got everything figured out. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Anyways, I haven't got it all together yet, but you set that machine down there, you put your filament on this side, clamp it down, put it on the other side.
Story again. Jeez,
I'm back to that story again. I got it off.
Shit. No, that's pretty cool. That's which one is that now? That's the first one. Did that just finish?
Yeah, that's the one I just finished printing here.
I'm just kidding with you. That's very sweet.
Is that
a single? That's a single.
Yeah.
Bill? And it articulates.
Oh well, no, it came in three parts, 4 parts. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, see when you open it up, it'll hold it in place like that.
Nice.
Pro looking. Light it up. So.
Why don't you make it big so we can actually see it?
Well, it'll.
I know it's a lot of effort to click that little, that little thing on your screen there.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I can't.
Upper right hand corner of your screen, and you'll see a little arrow up here.
Yeah. Right? Well, let
me see. I'm not using that. I'm using this. Oh, it's different. Yeah. Well, I can't do it anyway because I'm not the king.
Yeah. Let me get a close one. Let me show you how it works.
I am going to buy this before it gets any more expensive, by the way.
Well, yeah. Once you figure out, remember, if anybody goes to get this, don't buy Streamlabs. You got to look up Talk Studio Streamlabs or type in Melon, which will take you automatically to these.
Yeah, because they were going to let me buy that Streamlabs down. I bet you it's just the same damn thing.
You actually get this with it plus the other crap.
Oh yeah, that's right. We looked at that.
Yeah,
Other tools and crazy shit.
Yeah, bunch of shit you don't need. Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Although who knows? I might maybe. I don't know. I'll do some demos. Say, oh, I like that. Anything that makes it easy, right?
Well, I don't have Streamlabs on this, so I don't. I just use what comes with it. Yeah.
No, but it made me create a whole different account too. I mean, that's what's funny because I thought I had an account, and then I had to create an account to get into the Streamlabs thing, and then I saw the pricing. It's like, what the fuck? But why didn't they just use the account that I had already created in Talk Studio?
I don't know,
because that still existed. I logged into that afterwards with a different login and password. So I don't know. It's weird. They're weird. Weird.
Yep. See, the idea.
That's what I need to do is put more logins and passwords out on the internet because it's totally safe out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
What are you saying? I'm sorry.
Well,
see, you did it. Yeah. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. And
show it again because you were blocky just now. Now you're nice and clear. Sweet.
Okay.
You printed that?
No, this I didn't print. I bought this.
Oh.
I wished I'd have printed it, but where the hell are
you said you printed it?
No, I bought it. Now the other part, the part I showed earlier, I did print.
Well, show that again.
This part here I printed.
That's very pro. It looks nice.
And it goes so that it will hold the filament in that little spot. And your filament, and it has these sleeves that you put on it, has to fit right. It has to be centered on that.
Right.
Because that's the part that heats. And then you put it down like that. And I don't have to turn it on, but
it especially helps when your hands shake a lot,
Yeah, I know. My hands are shaking a lot here lately. Anyways, yeah, see 185 degrees. Right now it's only heated to 64. It's heating up. But anyways, when you put this down, what it does is it about 7 seconds, and then it heats. Okay. So
we got it.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's like splicing film, man. We got it.
It's exactly that. The problem is, like for example, one spool, so you're trying to put those on there straight, which means you got to try and hold these and get them lined up, make sure they stay in the sleeve, and that's why I printed that other part so that it will hold it down and I don't have to. So,
got it.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Well, I knew there had to be something out there, so I started looking today because I got that in yesterday, and I was really friggin' disappointed because, and when you're buying it off of Amazon, this damn thing looks like it's this big, so it should hold, should be long enough to put that in. Well, no, you see how big it is. It's that damn big, and so it's like, well, hell, that's it. And then you have to try and hold it.
I had a nickel for every time I said that. How big
I know, right?
That damn big. Yep.
Yeah, shit, But there we go.
No, it's very cool.
But yeah, I mean it runs on USB, so it's like
it's another thing I got to put on a list of stuff I haven't been doing that I want to do is clean up the head on that thing. I did that once before, then I let it sit again. But anyway, clean out the head, get some new filament. That's been sitting out for. I mean, I guess you can save it. Fuck it, I'll throw it. It's $20-something. Get a couple of fresh rolls, and start playing with that thing again. I need to get a new that's got the magnetic bed.
Yes, yeah.
They're cheap. They're not a lot of money. That one I've used it enough that they start out like a little slightly kind of a rough feel to them, like a texture.
Right.
It's gone. It's smooth, and it's just not holding. It's messing up bases a little bit, at the beginning. You know what I mean? When it shouldn't be. Got it set perfect, serve perfect, tight, testing sprints perfect, and then that shit happens. And I know it's got to do with that. I've scraped it too many times with stuff I shouldn't have scraped. I think I used metal, so I wore it out. It's my own fault. Melon, the Elvish word for friend. Ah, Lloyd, you're a melon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're my melon.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we are. Yeah. You're my friend too.
And Dominic, you're my melon too.
Yep.
Actually, he looks more like a melon than any of us.
I was heading towards that, and you beat me to it.
I'm sorry.
Let's start calling you Kisaba. And then we.
Yep.
And then Charles, you're a melon too.
Yeah.
And Alexis, you're the biggest melon. That's melons. That's not right.
What?
We're talking about the word melon means friend in Elvish, apparently, according
At
to
least that's what Don says.
That's what
Because we were talking about this software we're using tonight.
It's maybe is melon. Was
It
melon.
was originally Melon. They developed this style, and then Streamlabs threw their own features into it, and because they bought Melon out, they bought them out because they already had a good platform. And then all they did was add to it. So it is separate from Streamlabs. That's why it's called Talk Studio Streamlabs. But
anyway, that besides the point. It kept coming up. This used to be
kept coming up Melon. So
and
yeah,
Don threw in there melon, the Elvish word for friend, that I was calling everybody my little melon. And then you walked in, and then there's two more melons. So there you go.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Well, that whole buildup was just because you just came back right in time for that stupidity that I just spit out of my mouth. But we worked just calling. I was just joking, calling you my melon because you're my friend. I was speaking in Elvish.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on you coming back when you did. That was just
all right. Timing is everything.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Glad I could be of assistance.
Well, you are my melon too. You're a friend of mine. I'm going to speak to you in Elvish. I believe so, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I am an elf.
Well, then you understand it in Elvish.
My initials before I got married spelled elf. That's why my software company was Elf Software.
There you go.
Called it Melon
There you
Software.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me. There's a Disney movie out called Artemis Fowl, and it's about this kid that's a thief, and he lives in it's in Ireland, and of course they're dealing with the little people, the elves and all that, and there's this one guy, he says he's a dwarf. He's about as tall as Bill, and built like, but he's just a dwarfus gigantus is what he calls himself.
Well, I mean, it depends on which literature you read. In some literature, elves are tall.
Yes. Well, he says he's
Lord of the Rings.
Dwarf.
They're all tall as shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He said he's a dwarf, and he's like,
Oh, a dwarf. I'm sorry.
A dwarf. Yeah. Everybody can. You're not a dwarf, and
he's a prehistoric dwarf, maybe.
Yeah.
He
says I am too. He says that's just being racist. Not calling me what I am. I'm a dwarf.
Well,
you're too tall to be a dwarf.
You're allowed to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe in his dimension, dwarves and everybody's bigger. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was, and thinking of Alexis as a dwarf, as an elf, reminded me of that guy that said he was a dwarf, and he was your size, Bill, rather than Art size.
Well, Art's not a dwarf.
I'm a fucking midget, man.
See?
Yeah.
Right from his mouth.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, that's kind of odd. He's just trying to be funny, I guess. You can all claim to be whatever you want to be. I'm a bar stool. Whatever. I'm a front left fender from a '57 Chevy. That's what I identify as.
I'm being honest when I say that I am a lesbian stuck in a man's body.
Huh?
You have to think that one through for a little bit. Yeah, it's a little.
No, I understood. I understood it. Except
Well, I was laughing at Alexis because she was like,
yeah, but you see, it's a terrible thing because you can't even pleasure yourself. It would disgust you. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's. Anyways, yeah. So, what Dominic, you've just been talking nonstop. I wish you and Charles.
Yeah, I know. I'm
brought it down a little bit.
getting a bit tired after this marathon.
Oh, I know. I bet you are. I bet you are.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd already been on private Zooms for 3 hours before this, so I'm really,
Oh, yeah.
really dying
What are
here.
the Cowboys doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that humble brag, I get a life, before I walk into your stream. That's what he just said.
That's what he said. I know.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Unlike the rest of us.
3
Yeah.
hours Zooms because people want to talk to me nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even get the Cowboys game on here.
Really?
Yeah,
What a
'cause there's
crime.
some kind of a spat between. We have YouTube TV, so they dropped all the Disney stuff, which includes ESPN and ABC,
Right.
what is being broadcast on. So,
But you have the Disney. I'm sorry, the YouTube football package.
no, not we would if Jeff were still with us, but
Yeah, it's expensive. It's not worth it.
no, it's not worth it. But we always did it when he was,
Yeah.
working and alive, of course. But even I looked on that lineup, and it's not even on there.
I'm just saying, even if you have the money, it's not worth it. My dad used to get that when it used to be with DirecTV. It just moved from one. Was it DirecTV? I don't know. Whatever he had, he was able to get it.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
it's on YouTube, so you have to have you don't have to have YouTube, but you pay more for it if you don't buy the YouTube subscription.
We used to
You
have,
could buy it. It's like $100 more. So what's that?
used to have DirecTV because they had NFL Network, but now
Yeah.
they have NFL Network on YouTube TV, which is why we switched because it was less expensive just for the YouTube TV. But
Yeah. And DirecTV is owned by AT&T, and they also own. Let's see. What was the other one? There's DirecTV, and what was their competitor?
Dish Network.
Dish Network. Yeah, and they're all owned by DirecTV now, which is owned by AT&T. So go figure.
well, I can't get the game.
Good night, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm about 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and call it. We've been on for 2 hours, so
Yeah.
Losing.
we'll go till the top of the hour.
It's funny though. They really, when they moved it to a streaming platform, to the NFL package, they had to hurt it because people like my 80-year-old or 84-year-old stepdad there, who would probably might buy it, would never find it in a million years. You know what I mean? He would never get to it. And I don't know if that was a good move or not. Whatever they paid for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine with us because we're savvy with this. We're on YouTube, you know what I mean? So
right, yeah, exactly.
But there's, I think, a nice large cross section of population who actually have money in their pocket that would think it just disappeared.
Yeah. The generation, like the early
boomers,
early Vietnam era on back to the Korean War era people, they probably aren't as savvy as the
even newer than that. Early 60s people, they didn't have internet and shit.
Well, that's true.
Think about it. Think about
the end of the boomers, probably from a good portion of the boomers.
Majority of them, I think. Yeah. Because I was born in 61, but the baby boom is supposedly ended at 64.
64,
and I picked up on it, but it wasn't from school. It was just because right on the cusp. So for you, you were kind of even. Because you're what?
Yeah, I'm earlier than that. Yeah, right. Yeah, and of course, I got into computer. Well, I had a little bit of computer knowledge simply from the military because some of the stuff we used was at the time cutting edge. Reel-to-reel tapes that had holes punched in them.
Sure.
Big ass machines to load up.
my what was that, keyhole punching, or what they call it?
Key punch.
Key
Key
punch.
punch.
Key punch operator. That's right. My mom did
Yeah.
that for a little while. It was like a
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine that. How little data that is.
Oh, I know. Well, the first computer class I took in college, we were using the old IBM cards, the punch cards,
Right. That's what.
and had to enter all that information on that, and then they had to be stacked a certain way, and it's like God, all that just to print out a sheet of names, But
Yeah. Well, it advanced pretty quickly, actually. So.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it jumped. Once
they weren't common in households in 1978, 79.
No.
Just like right about there. You know what I mean? Like 80, 81. All of a sudden, you had the app. What were they? Those little Macintosh things were showing up.
Well, yeah, you had the Apple IIe.
2E. I remember. Yeah. What was the little? Was that the little one with the little screen? They had a little square one early on.
That would have been.
It was like a cute little thing, but it was.
It's the top of the hour, and I'm going to have to drop off.
All right, mate.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay. Shut it down anyway. So
yeah, we're
if you're going to shut it down now, then I'll.
Let me go ahead.
Let me go ahead.
Everybody, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. All you guys on the panel, everybody, I appreciate it. Everybody, it was the 6 or 7 people that stayed, and with that, I am going to end it.
They don't know what they're missing.
I know. All right, later, everyone.
They just
good night, folks.